Hello everyone, this is the Sleeping Wendigo. Welcome to SCP Saturdays. And on this episode, we will be going over SCP-096 Object Class Euclid Special Containment Procedures. SCP-096 is to be contained in its cell, a 5 by 5 by 5 meter airtight steel cube at all times. Weekly checks for any cracks or holes are mandatory. There are to be absolutely no video surveillance or optical tools of any kind inside SCP-096's cell. Security personnel will use pre-installed pressure sensors and laser detectors to ensure SCP-096's presence inside the cell. Any and all photos, videos, or recordings of SCP-096's likeness are strictly forbidden without approval from Dr. Blank and 05 Blank. Description: SCP-096 is a humanoid creature measuring approximately 2.38 meters in height. Subject shows very little muscle mass with preliminary analysis of body mass suggesting mild malnutrition. Arms are grossly out of proportion with the rest of the subject's bodies, with an approximate length of 1.5 meters each. Skin is mostly devoid of pigmentation, with no sign of any body hair. SCP-096's jaw can open to 4 times its size of an average human. Other facial features remain similar to an average human, with the exception of the eyes, which are also devoid of any pigmentation. It is not yet known whether SCP-096 is blind or not. It shows no signs of any higher brain functions and is not considered to be sapient. SCP-096 is normally extremely docile, with pressure sensors inside its cell indicating that it spends most of its day pacing by the eastern wall. However, when someone views SCP-096's face, whether it be directly via video recording or even a photograph, it will enter a stage of considerable emotional distress. SCP-096 will cover its face with its hands and begin screaming, crying, and babbling incoherently. Approximately 1 or 2 minutes after the first viewing, SCP-096 will begin running to the person who viewed its face, who, from this point on, will be referred to as SCP-096-1. Documented speeds have varied from 35 miles kilometers to blank kilometers per hour. It seems to depend on the distance from SCP-096-1. At this point, no known material or method can impede SCP-096's progress. The actual position of SCP-096-1 does not seem to affect SCP-096's response to it. It seems to have an innate sense of where SCP-096-1's location is. Note: this reaction does not occur when viewing artistic depictions. See Document 096.1. Upon arriving at SCP-096-1's location, SCP-096 will proceed to kill and data expunge SCP-096-1. 100% of cases have left no trace of SCP-096-1, and SCP-096 will then sit down for several minutes before regaining its composure and becoming docile once again. It will then attempt to make its way back to its natural habitat, data expunged. Due to the possibility of a mass chain reaction, including breach of Foundation secrecy and large civilian loss of life, retrieval of subjects should be considered alpha priority. Dr. Blank has a petition for immediate termination of SCP-096. See Interview 096-1. Order is waiting approval. Termination order has been approved and is to be carried out by Dr. Blank on data expunged. See Incident 096-1-A. Audio log from Interview 096-1. Interviewer: Dr. Blank. Interviewed: Captain, former commander of Retrieval Team Zulu 9-A. Retrieval Incident 096-1-A. Begin log. Blank, blank, time research area, blank. Captain Blank: it always sucks ass to initiate retrieval duty. You have no idea what the damn thing is capable of. And besides, of what jacked up information the field techs can scrap up, you're lucky if you can even tell you the whole story. They told us to bag and tag. Didn't tell us jack shit about not looking at the damn thing. Dr. Blank, could you describe the mission, please? Captain, yeah, sorry, we had two choppers. One with my team and one with backup from Zulu 9B and Dr. Blank. We spotted the target about 2 clicks north of our patrol path. I'm guessing it wasn't facing our direction, else he would have taken us out then and there. Doctor, your report says SCP-096 didn't react to the cold. It was negative blank degrees Celsius. Captain, actually it was negative blank. And yes, it was butt naked and didn't have as much as a shiver. Anyway, we landed and approached the target and Corporal got ready to bag it. That's when the doctor called. I turned around to answer, and that's what saved me. The target must have turned, and my whole squad saw it. Dr. Blank. That's when SCP-096 entered an agitated emotional state? Captain. Yes. Interview now paused for a few seconds before continuing. Sorry. Got the willies for a second. Doctor. That's all right. Captain. Yeah, well, I never saw its face. My squad did, and they paid for it up the ass. Doctor, could you describe it a little more, please? Captain, pauses a few minutes. Yeah, it started screaming at us, and crying. Not animal roaring, though. Sounded exactly like a person. Real fucking creepy. Pauses again. Sorry. We started firing when it picked up Corporal and ripped off his legs. God, he was screaming for our help. Anyway, we were blowing chunks out of the target round after round. It didn't do jack shit. I almost lost it when it started. Data expunged him. Doctor, that's when you ordered to use a... Papers are moving hard. AT-4 AEDT launcher? Captain, an anti-tank gun. Started carrying it ever since SCP Blank got loose. I've seen those tear through tanks like tissue paper. Did the same thing to the target. Doctor, there was significant damage to SCP-096? Captain, it didn't even fucking flinch. It kept tearing apart my squad, but with half of its torso gone. He draws a large half circle across his torso. Doctor, but it wasn't taking damage? Captain, if it was, it wasn't showing it, and it must have lost all of its organs, all of its blood, and it didn't even acknowledge any of it. Its bone structure wasn't hurt at all, though. It kept tearing apart my squad. Doctor, so no actual structure damage. How many rounds would you say were fired at SCP-096? Captain, at the least 1,000. Our door gunner kept his GAU-19 on it for at least 20 seconds. 20 fucking seconds. That's 600.50 caliber rounds plumbed into that thing. Might as well have been spitting at it. Doctor, this is when Zulu 9-B arrived? Captain, yeah, and my squad was gone. Zulu 9-B managed to get the bag over its head. It just sat down. We got it into the chopper and got it there. Got it here. I don't know how. I never saw its face. Maybe God or Buddha or whatever. Whatever thought I should live, the jackass. Doctor, we have obtained the artist's description of SCP-096's face. Would you like to view it? Captain pauses for a few minutes. You know, after hearing the thing's screams and the screams of my men, I don't think I want to put a face to what I heard. No, just no. Doctor, all right, I believe we're done here. Thank you, Captain. Chairs are moving and footsteps leaving the room. Captain Blank is confirmed to have left interview room 22. Doctor, let this be on record that I am formally requesting SCP-096 to be terminated as soon as possible. End log. Hello everyone, this is the Sleeping Wendigo, and I hope you enjoyed this new series called SCP-Saturdays. If you did, please remember to like, share, and subscribe. And as always, I will see you all next time.